You're not going to like this, but here's the truth about pressure in competitive golf. It's rarely your swing that breaks first. It's your identity and your focus. Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Paul Calloway, and welcome back to this episode of The Champion's Code. Rory McIlroy said something that should stop every serious golfer in their tracks. Our mind is way more powerful than anything else. If you can utilize it in the right way, it's inevitably going to help your game on the course. I'm almost making more time to practice my mindset rather than to be on the range. And today, I want to give you a simple framework that Rory finds helpful to his own game, and a framework you can take to the course immediately. Rory calls it the 3 Ps, and I'm going to frame his 3 Ps through the principles I used to write my book, Faith on the Fairway, because as a faith-based golfer, you don't have to carry pressure in the same way the world carries pressure. Your performance improves when your mind is trained and your heart is anchored. Rory's first P is perspective. Play the round you're in. Rory said, I try to treat every tournament the same. It's a lifelong journey. It's not about how I play in one tournament. Always be reminded that your value is not based on your scorecard. Colossians 3 verse 23 says, Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord. That means you can prepare with excellence, compete with intensity, and still refuse to make one tournament your identity. What should your perspective be? Instead of calling your next event your big tournament, call it your next assignment. And your job is obedience to the process. One shot, one decision, one routine. Rory's second P is persistence. Stay in it when it's not going your way. Rory said, You have to persist until it turns around for you. Persistence is trainable, but it's also spiritual. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap. In golf terms, you don't quit on a round because of a double bogey. You don't quit on a tournament because of one bad hole. You keep sowing good decisions. From now on, after a mistake, say this out loud. Next shot. New seed. Your persistence metric is simple. Did I stay committed to my routine under stress? And Rory's third P is poise. Calm, composed, and unshaken. Poise is calm under pressure. The world tries to get poise through control, controlling outcomes, controlling perception, controlling everything. Faith-based poise comes from trust. Isaiah 26 verse 3 says, You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you. Poise isn't pretending you don't feel nerves. It's choosing where your mind stays. Here's your 10-second stayed mind reset. 1. Breathe in slow. 2. Name the emotion. I feel pressure. 3. Re-anchor. My mind stays on God and the target. And 4. Commit. Pick a target, pick a club, swing with freedom. Let me give you a real-life example. Jacob was a client of mine who had a frustrating pattern in competitive play. He'd start strong, great tempo, confident decisions, solid scoring. But in the finishing holes, something would shift. He'd start protecting the score. He'd start thinking ahead. He'd start trying not to mess up. And that's when the self-sabotage showed up. Tight swings, steering the ball, second-guessing, and emotional spirals after one mistake. Here's the fix we trained using these 3 Ps. Perspective. The last 3 holes aren't the moment of truth. They're simply the next 3 assignments. Persistence. One bad swing doesn't get to vote on the next swing. And poise. We installed a repeatable reset so his mind stayed anchored instead of racing. Jacob began finishing rounds the way he started them. Clear target, committed swing, steady emotions. Not perfect, but composed. And that's where competitive golf is won. If you want to play freer under pressure, remember Rory's 3 Ps, upgraded with faith. 1. Perspective. Your identity isn't your score. 2. Persistence. Keep sowing good decisions. And 3. Poise. Peace comes from where your mind stays. And if you want help applying this to your specific mental game, especially if you start strong and fade late like Jacob used to, book a complimentary 30-minute strategy session with me. Plus, if you want a full step-by-step faith-based mental game framework you can practice and take to competition, grab my resources at Limitless Success Mentoring. I'll leave the links for both in the description below. Like, subscribe. And consider sharing this video with a golfer who needs to finish as strong as they start. I'm Dr. Paul Calloway. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back for the next episode of The Champion's Code.
You have the drive, but are you missing the foundation? At Limitless Success Mentoring, we help entrepreneurs, athletes, and professionals achieve the extraordinary. Dr. Paul Calloway uses faith-based principles and proven success laws to help you break through barriers and find your true identity. It's time to stop striving and start building from abundance. Visit limitlesssuccessmentoring.com today to get started.